This week on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast, I'm talking about how to optimize your health savings account or HSA in 2025. Today, I'm going to go over some of the basics of these accounts. The most important thing to know about an HSA is that they are unmatched in terms of their tax benefits. They offer a triple tax benefit. So let me explain this first of all, because this is the number one reason why you want to utilize these accounts actually before you even contribute to your 401k and things like that, because no other account can match this. So the triple tax benefit is you have a tax deductible contribution on money going in, similar to what you'd get if you would contribute to a traditional IRA or traditional 401k. So in the year that you make the contribution, that money is excluded from your income and you basically report lower income and you get a tax deduction on that money that you contribute. Then when the money is inside of the account, after you've made the contribution, fast forward next year, subsequent years, as long as it's in the account, you have tax-free growth. And that is why it is so important to invest it. Why would you let money sit in cash in your HSA if you could invest it and not pay any taxes on any of the growth or any of the gains that you have over not just the current year, but every year? And then the third benefit, and what makes this a grand slam, is that you get a tax benefit on the way out. If you use your HSA funds for qualified medical expenses, you pay zero tax when you pull the money out. Again, many retirement accounts, like whether it's a Roth or a traditional IRA or you name it, they might have two of these benefits. Or a Roth IRA has benefits on the tax-free withdrawals on the way out, tax-free growth when the money is in the account, but you fund it with after-tax dollars. And then the opposite is true with a traditional IRA or 401k, where you get that tax deduction up front, the money grows tax deferred, but then you pay tax on the way out. So no other tax advantage savings vehicle matches the HSA. There is no other account that offers this triple tax benefit. Now, you can only save in an HSA if you have a high deductible health plan. So you want to pay attention to this, whether you have a health plan through your employer or you're going out somewhere else to get your health insurance coverage. You want to select the plan with the high deductible option where you can qualify then to make HSA contributions. Now, most of the time, if you're still working, that plan is going to be through your employer, and then those HSA contributions come out of your paycheck. And depending on what your benefits package looks like at your work, you actually might also receive employer contributions to your HSA in addition to what you're contributing. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is the annual contribution limits. So in 2025, that limit is $4,300 for individuals and $8,550 for a family. Many people who fund an HSA do not maximize the benefits. They might not save in it at all, even if they're eligible. They also will often leave the money in cash and just let it sit there. They use the money for medical expenses in the current year or in the short term. And when you do that, you don't get any benefits from the tax-free growth and the withdrawals that you would get if you invested the money and viewed it as a long-term retirement savings vehicle to be used later. So I'm going to explain more about how to invest, what kind of timeline you want to think about as you're investing that should inform, how much should you have in stocks, how much should you keep liquid for shorter term expenses, etc. So I'll talk more about that in future episodes. But for today, I just wanted to focus on the basics to help you understand who can utilize this, what you can contribute, and what the tax benefit is. The other problem here with HSAs is that if you do contribute, most people don't come close to maxing out their HSA. The average annual contribution to a health savings account in 2023 was $2,269. Now, again, because it offers that triple unmatched tax benefit, it is important to prioritize funding your HSA before you fund other retirement accounts. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Ashley Michike, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. One other thing here, I'm just going to pop back in because I forgot to mention something very important, is that in addition to those contribution limits that I spoke about earlier, If you are over 55 years old, the limit goes up by $1,000 for both the individual and family limit. So the maximums that I talked about earlier apply if you're under 55, but if you're 55 and older, you can do an additional $1,000 catch-up contribution as well, which is pretty great, especially in those last few working years prior to retirement. You're going to want to maximize that out as much as possible. All right, that's it for today. I'll be back with you tomorrow.